Lovely, 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 lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, we're live. We are live. We are live. If you can hear me, just type 111 on the chat box. You're connected, you can hear me, you can see my screen. Type 111 on the chat box. You're welcome to our live scalping and trading session for today, which perhaps happened to be the last for the week. Okay. We meet every day except for certain issues or the other. All right. And the meeting time is 1 p.m. GMT plus one. And just to trade, just to make money. That's it. There's no so much thing. We want to look at the financial market and collect money out as simple as possible. All right. So if you can hear me live and direct, type 111 on the chat box very quickly. You are hearing me live and direct. Type 111 on the chat box. You can see share the link to your friends and family. Let them join us. Don't be stingy with this. The money is too much available in the financial market. All we need is to position right and collect the money, right? All we need is to position right and collect the money. All right, so you can hear me live and direct. Type 111 on the chat box and then share again with your friends and family. Let them come and make money with us. So we make money. Okay. So we just all the summary. I've not seen the type. Okay, 111. Okay, thank you very much, one person. So only one person can hear me live and direct. Let me not believe that I was speaking to myself. Please, you can hear me live and direct. I want to see your 111 on the chat box and so that we can go together. You're welcome this afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you're connected from, depending on your time difference. You're welcome this morning, this afternoon, this evening. All we come to do is to make money, no story. And we're making money from the global financial market. But most importantly, first we explore the Forex and then crypto and stock. Many of you know that we spread tentacles and diversify. All right, you can hear me live and direct. Only one person can hear me. I could see some of us are connected right now. Please indicate you can hear me so that let us be participating. Let it be highly participatory, and so that we can. Okay, I'm only seeing yes. Is there only one person that can hear me? It should not be. It should not be that only one person can hear me. It shouldn't be. All right. Hear me? Just type 111 on the chat box. Very important. Chat 111 on the chat box. Chat 111 on the chat box. Only one person I'm seeing. I'm using style to see some of our people come online. And so shortly we are looking at anyway, those of you on our group, we have entered good for buy, but we say it's a little bit delicate, right? But we are on the long for gold already, right? We are on what's it called? We're on we're on a buy on gold already. So I'm sure you wouldn't want to miss anything. Though we say it's delicate, that gold is delicate on the position we are in. So if it's delicate, you why is it delicate? Because the signal is not strong enough. There's no momentum. But I'm going to just demonstrate to you why do we actually take a buy signal and why do we say it's delicate? Why do we take a buy signal and why do we say it's delicate? We took a sell signal on gold yesterday and it's today it finally deliver everything. If you remember, if you are live, we took a sell signal yesterday on gold and it's today in the morning, this that the whole trade delivered. But in the scalping, a lot of people make the scalping morning. All right. A lot of people make the scalping profit So, but if you don't know how to play a game along, yes, definitely you will jump out. That's the truth. Definitely you will jump out. So this morning, if you're on our group, we have taken position to buy, right? We have taken position to buy. Let's see where every other person can still join. Okay. Let's see where every other person can still join. If you are just joining us, let us see where you can still perhaps join the market. All right. So now let's quickly go. I quickly will just let you know something very importantly. The market is dicey, and so you don't have verdict over the market. Market is a probability. I listen to a good number of people when they tell you, "Oh, I can tell you categorically." There's nothing categorical about the market. So the market is a probability. You only work with a higher probability. Now, the good side of our trading now, we have scanners. And those of you who are subscriber of our scanner, so they are definitely you need to know. So definitely you need to know that as we are using the scanner, there's rules. We have a lot of people who have subscribed for the scanner, but they don't obey the rule. I love it that somebody was in our meeting, all right, this morning, because of the internal group training. And the fellow was like, "Oh, I lost my trade the other time." And somebody again chat with me said, "The scanner, maybe I've not understood it. I'm still losing money." He was like, "I'm still losing money." I was like, "Who is to be blamed? It's not the scanner, it is you." This scanner is the simplest you can ever think, and which will go back to how we use it. Now, why do I give a buy signal? So, those of you who have not joined the signal because you are not on the subscribe group or PBS club, fine. This is this scanner. This is how we take our scanner. So let's see. For you to join the signal of gold, let me go to 3 minutes and see. Okay, so you have missed it though. So let's see if it's going to get rejected here, then you will find your own buy entry. So it's still struggling. That's why I say it's not a good signal to that extent. But people who are scalping, gold has so much volume. So that's the thing many of us need to understand. Gold has so much volume that from this buy already into this from this buy already. This is already 200 pips. I think I'm the one spoiling most of us in our ecosystem. Go down within a few whatever step has done 100, 200 pips. So me, I will still be looking at it with a very small move. But that move was already massive. Look at it going to 1 minute. Look at the signal. So that means this trade has delivered, but I was the one that was not seeing it. Look at it. This is 100, this is 210 pips. So, of which ordinarily you ought to have taken your profits. Yes, you ought to have taken your profits. So, I'm sorry for some of us who I don't know because the way maybe is the way I trade, but that's why we encourage you to have this scanner. Okay. So, those of us who have not joined the signal for gold, so let's wait and watch if we're going to pull back or if we break all these barriers. You take a buy signal. I'm already on a buy signal and I send the signal on our group already for the buy, and I will show you. Now, this is our scanner. In the morning, I actually posted that we are going to see a buy, and that buy came on 1 hour time frame. Look at it. This was the sell we sold yesterday. Please don't pull the trigger on my head when you don't get aligned because of just simple instruction. This scanner, perhaps if I take up all of this because I have, okay, can go back to another set of it so that you can see. So I go to another set of it. Let's go 1 hour time frame. For our time frame. Okay. So there we go. I'll take our scanner. All right. So here we go. So let me take off all of those my own point. So because we want to take trades. So you see, I was the one that put all of those plenty points. That's what. So this is how simple this scanner is. All right. This is not for beginner. This is for advanced. Let me take it off so that it won't confuse you. So this is how the scanner is. Here is gold. How do we use the scanner? It's very simple. How do we trade with this scanner? It's very, very simple, which we are still going to look for other instrument. Maybe we'll be selling USD JPY. I think I sold. I did sold USD JPY. So I don't know what it may be doing right now. So now, but look at gold. This is 4 hour time frame. You can't rule out the fact that this was a very nice sell. So, but we are not selling. We want to look for buy. So the first thing you do is that we come in on the day. So the market is, you can see why I say it's a bit dicey. Why is it a bit dicey? On a daily time frame, this was previous day. We saw why the market actually reversed from here. It was a fair value gap. Our scanner does not come out anyhow place. It doesn't use indicator of like moving average, cross RSI, MACD. No. It uses purely price action. That's one thing I need to explain to. If you are following us live now, that's a privilege for you to learn how this scanner actually works so much. So then, if that's the case, so what we do is simple. The market actually had crossed. This is a low here. It's still set up market structure for you. This is a low. I'm not going to go back. This is a high on daily time frame. Internal low, right? High. That is swing failure. All right. That is swing failure. Okay. So if it's a swing failure, so what are we looking for? The market bounced down and as if was going to sweep all of these, but it didn't close below this. That's what many people will not pay attention on. So that means this market may continue to still go sideways. That's why it's dicey. We were not finding good trade. So now, yesterday, we have this candle. So this is the dilemma here. The dilemma is this. Yesterday, this candle actually closed bullish above this candle, but it's a sign of rejection, a long week, which means this accumulation, manipulation, and this is like a distribution. But the good side of it is that this distribution may not go far, okay? May not go far. So why? Because there's a support here. So even if it crashed down, that means coming to this support. That's where it's delicate. And that's why the buy, it may be just for scalpers. So if you go back now, that means this candle was bullish. It's a break of structure, but it's bad because it has a long wick above, meaning it has a strong rejection and above. So on this, the candle is not too palatable. For that, we step down to 4 hours. On 4 hours, ordinarily you are not to have a trade because your signal don't give anything. This was the previous, that's 2 days or 3 days ago signal. So this is not this. This was that Tuesday signal. So this is not Wednesday. This is not. So this was Tuesday signal. So if it was Tuesday signal, I think it was Monday we sold down. So Tuesday was when you're getting this. So today there is no signal yet. Look at it, no signal, pure. Even yesterday, no signal. And the rule of our engagement in this canal is that when you open your daily chart, what to check on your daily chart is the candle health. How strong is this candle? How's healthy? All right. So many do not understand. It's a secret I'm revealing. If the daily candle, maybe what closes yesterday was not too healthy, you are likely not going to have a healthy this thing. How is it healthy? It's not defined. It didn't break structure. You didn't break either low or high. So it's not healthy. Now we step down to 1 hour. So you can see yesterday we took this trade. Now it dragged. We took profit, we did, and all of that. And now quickly, let me just tell you one of the things. Now that's why if you have basic knowledge of trading, then this scanner is going to be the best for you. Very simple. And I love explaining to people, either you have subscribed for the scanner or not, you learn some things. Market is moved by its foundation. And so that means price is fractals. How is price fractals? Price is fractals in the sense that it moves from one either inefficiency to an imbalance. Now, so inefficiency, displacement, and all of that. So liquidity is the fuel of price. And so market price move by following and searching for liquidity. So this liquidity could be internal or external. So for that, you are going to be, when you enter a trade, you want to take profit, you look at it at the liquidity area and all of that. So what happened is this. You see our scanner. Our scanner is all encompasses. The component is simple way that I've always been explaining. Our scanner give you key levels. It's obvious that this market is extremely what? Bearish. So there is no English about anything to cover. This market is extremely bearish. Most people wait until then when market finally get totally bullish. No, there's a beginning of it bullish, right? So this market is extremely bullish. It's a downtrend. But what has happened is that, bearish, sorry. Now, what has happened is that the market, when it crashed down, everybody's afraid. No, you just look, where is he heading to? This down, it came down to a fair value gap and bounced from there. Now, that is why you see this scanner. Many wouldn't see this. Let me just cycle this thing for you. And then when we take trade, you see reason, and then you learn how to monitor it. We have down here, we have here, we have here, we have here. Now, right now, here is not yet properly established. What do you have here? This is a low, this is a high, this is a low, this is a high. Then we expect this low to stand, but it has not stood. Okay, you see that? It's not stood yet. So very simple. So on 1 hour time frame, we say when you are entering this signal, on daily, you check your candle, is it healthy? Okay, if it's healthy, fine. When you now finish, you come to 4 hours to look for signal. If you 4 hours does not give you signal, you go to 1 hour for you to look for signal. Now, if that one doesn't give you, look for scalping signal like 30 minutes. And then 30 minutes, then 15 minutes. It's all in our manual, the script of the scanner. So yesterday, what happened was this. So by structure, this your scanner have structure. You have seen the key levels. It has structure. It has trend measurement. Many of you that use moving average, it has that. So if I click now, I don't usually use that because many people use it, say when market cross moving average, 50 moving average, you are long, I'm taking a long and all of that. It's good, but market has gone far before it hits and cross. So you can imagine when somebody is waiting down till when this market cross, that means the person will be entering the market inside this place if it's using 1 hour time frame. But this is what now happened. A lot now say, okay, this market, you can see now it has crossed below 50 moving average, but that's not my cause. My cause is that I come to this point, I'll show you a part. So because in this, it's not only for you to just, we give you trade and all of that. So they come here, this is a low, this is a high, this is a pullback, and it creates a low. So if it's a pullback that make a low, that means this become a low, and then this one higher low. Then the market push up. Now, this push up have shown that there's a break of structure over this place. And now this become a high, higher than this. So because of this break of structure 1 hour is what makes us to say market is now shifting. So you now expect the market wherever, we don't know where we'll get to here. Let me just pick something and stop this one. So we now say, oh, if that is the case, what has happened here was simple. And that's what this your scanner just does for you. It has just showed you that here, this is a structure high. And this high, since this place was broken, this is called market structure shift. Where is it shifting from? It was down, it broke, it gets here, create a high here. There was a low here, there's a high. Now, this high is the external. A low, that's lower low, lower high, lower low. So ordinarily, the market's supposed to take out this pivot point before you now say, we are now totally bullish. Yes. So, but it's not getting there, right? So what happened? It created an internal structure here. That means there's a shift. Once there's a shift, what we are looking for is what we call PDRAs. And so for you to know how this our scanner is programmed, we don't tell you to learn all of this jargon so much, but for you to know how this scanner is programmed. The PDRAs, what do you mean? Premium and discount area. So if I'm looking for a buy, it's better you take that buy from a discount. If you are looking for a sell, it's better you look for that sell from a premium. So buy cheap and sell expensive. So I take out the Fibonacci retracement, for instance. So that means this region, this entire region, is my buy area based on this 1 hour time frame. So if this is my buy area based on this 1 hour time frame, okay, it's very simple. Inside this, in Plan B trading strategy, we call it area of focus, not point of interest. Now, in area of focus, inside area of focus, we now have our point of interest. So if you look at this chart now, the first point of interest we'll recognize on this 1 hour time frame is this fair value gap. Is this fair value gap valid? Felix, can you answer? Yes. A fair value gap have many validity, but one of it I will give to you today is that a fair value gap should align with a swing point. Now, this is an internal swing point. That's where a market have a turning point. Now, we have a turning point here. If you draw this line, it aligns with this fair value gap. That means the fair value gap is valid, okay? Then, before the fair value gap, there was a market, the order block that produces this massive move. So that means this candle down here, or the entire order flow here, this opposing candle entirely is your order block. You get it now? So ordinarily, if that is the case, let me remove area of focus and area of focus, not point of interest now. I'll remove area of focus. So I have two major points of interest inside this place now. And if that is the case, these two area of focus, ordinarily, when you come, you see that I say we are waiting for buy, and I put my chart this way. Why? There's a fair value gap, and there is another block. So my area, my point of interest are two. The fair value gap, it shows that this fair value gap, if it's not going to recognize that alone, it will have just fast jump into it and return back, then pull back and then sell. So it's dragging. That means if I take any trade here, ordinarily, where should be my stop loss? If this market now invalidate this order block, that means it's working towards taking out this. But as far as the market is still within this, it's still within that area. But look at what happened. So that means this market need to go to an extent. That means you want the market probably to travel up eventually if we have a clearer direction, all right? Then that means we will not have what we call break of structure inside this place. So we will not have here break of structure. So there will now be a break of structure. So what should be our target? Sorry, not this. This is this. What should be our target? If we consolidate our trading entry here, our target will be here even before the crosses. So that means ordinarily this trade, when it's confirmed, and I'll tell you how the confirmation, irrespective of where the confirmation is, your stop loss supposed to be a buffer below this order block, and then your target so supposed to be first here, and that is more than 1:2 risk reward. So now let's quickly go. So yesterday we now say, how do we take our signal ordinarily? How do we take our signal? And that's why we say the market was not too clear today. Why? So we take our signal like this. I've already entered this buy, and I think I sent the signal on our group. All right, now here you come. Here you come. Since that yesterday, there was a sell signal. We say once a sell signal is given, if it's on 1 hour, what you should do, you look at the candle that produces this. I just mark it with a vertical line, and I step down. If it's on 1 hour, go straight to 5 minutes and check a repeated signal. Let the signal repeat itself in 5 minutes, which it did. If you didn't get a clearer that will give you, I still go to 3 minutes and 1 minute, especially on gold. By the time I go to 1 minute, what it does for me, it gives me these assets. It reduces my stop loss. So if I go to 3 minutes, it's to reduce my stop loss. If I go to 1 minute, the stop loss will be reduced drastically. And our scanner is simple. This is how we confirm a valid A plus buy or sell signal. Many of you who have been following us and trading with us, you made one big mistake. The big mistake you make is that when the signal just pop up, you take a sell. Like some people, as this candle just closed now, like this one that carried the signal. Now, you know, it closes here. People now jump into the market and do like this. Now, listen, when you do that and you put your stop loss, it may sell and give you good profit, but that's a bad trade and that's a bad profit. Why is it a bad profit? These are not repeated action. Oh, you mean I shouldn't have taken this trade? No. When should I have taken the trade? We said our scanner is confirmed based on 3 candle pattern. Very simple. How? We have this candle, for instance, which will represent maybe this one. Now, if this represents this one, that means what we're having is that this market was actually coming from down, right? And then we have this candle, all right? So this market first carried this signal. Then after the close, a new candle opened. As far as the new candle opened and didn't close or go above this, fine, no problem. But the new candle now open, what it does was to create another move. This is how candle do. We call it anatomy of candlestick. This is how candle does. Now, if this candle is going to go bearish or bullish or break a structure, so now this market is bullish. Now, when the new opening is going to be opening, it will open from here. So this open, first open is accumulation. Then the next thing, it first went down this way, is manipulation. And all of a sudden, it will not travel up, is distribution. So this distribution now closed, we went up and create another week up like this. I'm sure somebody is learning something very powerful. And create this. Then probably you have another week like this. So what has happened is simple. You see the signal that was on top of this candle before. Now that this one have broken the structure because and even closed above this, that signal now left that place and jumped at this one. So as it jumped to this one and this one closes, that means this candle is your candle 1, this candle is your candle 2. You are waiting for the candle 3. At the close of this candle, it's not your entry. The signal is there, yes. Is it your entry? No, that's not your entry. Now, where's your entry? Your entry is simple. Now, a new candle opens. Remember, this candle have closed above this, which I call manipulation, and it broke the structure. Look at the example. The candle over here is a typical example. So don't let things cover your candlestick. That's the beginning and the end of your trade. Because that's the thing that represents every chart and everything. So here you have. This is this candle that first printed, which is with this one. Let me take this, sorry, so that you can see what I'm showing you. All right, this candle here, this one, is the one that first carried the signal, but couldn't hold because this candle opened exactly and speak up and break this. This is a break of structure and now close above. Then the signal will leave this candle and go here. Why did he leave? Because we say this signal is programmed around price action. And if you check it very well, this movement up here, what happened is this signal was presented. It said, no, where we are going is what we call sweep of liquidity. Look at it here. There was a high that was available here. Now, this market went and sweep it. In sweeping it, what you want is simple. Look at it like this. So since this is a high here, this market have swept liquidity. The signal now printed this. Are you serious? Yes. So invariably, what happened is this. This candle that was here before become your candle 1. So let me label it. That will help you. This is your candle 1. Somebody should learn, please, so that you don't abuse and waste, powerful. This is candle 1. Now, this one, now manipulate it. It broke the structure. Now, look at the manipulation job that this candle did. It broke this structure, which is already, it sweep the high of this structure. And now what? Sweep the entire liquidity here. And what happened? Close inside this range, but above this market. So it need to be above either the wick or the body. Doesn't matter. It just need to be above this. Then this. Now that means you have 2 candles. So this candle that is standing here now is this one. So the next job, can I sell? The answer is no, especially on the lower time frame. Oh, what is the next thing? The next candle need to open. Here is this candle that was bullish, which is this center candle, and has closed up here. So when it's going to open, do you know what it would do? It will open here. So when it open here, it first travel up a little, all right? So that means accumulation when it opened, manipulation, and now went down. Now, the going down, pay attention, please, need to go down, and both wick and the body need to go down and close below this. And I will tell you the simple summary. Look at it there now. So this must not go above this. Then the wick can be anywhere, either long or at least, but should not be too long down anyway. So see what has happened here. This is candle 1, and this is candle 2. We want people to make money and not just to gamble. This is candle 2. And here is the candle 3. Candle 3. Oh, fine. You see this signal now? Now that PBS scanner have given this is the high. So candle 1, candle 2, candle 3. The rule is candle 3 should tell us what the scanner says. And what did the scanner say? He said PBS sell point, meaning sell. So this candle that opens should take the instruction and act on it. And how does he act on it? He acted on it by showing workings. It opens and close bearish. In fact, engulf this. The close of this candle that is bearish, it shouldn't just be bearish, and it shouldn't just wick below. It should close below this candle. At that point, look at your entry. Here is your entry. I'm sure a lot of you will find your fault here today. Here is your entry, and then this is your stop loss above it. And then your first target, this is good, 1:2 risk reward. I'm not going to go more than this here now. 1:2 risk reward is what you have done. How do you arrive here? You were on 1 hour. So immediately you take your signal, 1:2 risk reward, return back to the 1 hour where you were coming from. All right? Return back to the 1 hour where you were coming from. Now, when you return back, this is what we have. So as you return back, let's take all of this candle off down. Okay. So as you return back to your 1 hour, you will see that those the market was doing at that point. The higher time frame covered those nonsense. You are not hearing, you are not seeing those noise. Look at it. As short as this, you are on 366 pips as profit if you hit your 1:2 risk reward. Now, because for me, when I was marking all of this as an area of focus, my target is that the market need to deliver to this point. Not all cases, so understand. But tentatively, I'm looking at this area of focus that the market will travel to. So it means if I enter 2-3 positions, one position will be left to journey down. You get it now? It has to journey down to this place. That was how one part of the sell signal of that yesterday. It was live session like this where I closed it this morning. Now, if you now check it, that means that has done 1,780 pips. So since that yesterday on 1 hour, on 1 hour, on 4 hours, there hasn't been any counter signal. So as at this morning, when I woke up, the market number one had delivered inside there. But listen, it didn't deliver well as expected. It didn't deliver very well as expected. Okay? So, but what should I do? Now, 1 hour says sell, buy. So the candle that says buy was this. This candle. So when it says buy, so you do the same thing straight down to 5 minutes. Look at it. 5 minutes gave the signal, but they were not good. No momentum. Look at the signal. How should it be good? From what I'll explain. Meaning that there's an accumulation, then this candle that carried the sell. The next candle to it, supposed to bullish, is bullish, but it didn't close above this. So that signal is not perfect. It's somehow. Are you seeing it now? It's not a good signal. It's somehow. So I have to avoid it or now step down to 3 minutes because this is gold. Now, in stepping down to 3 minutes, I'm still in that region. The same scanner, this didn't close above this. There is no momentum. Even though it's bullish, but it didn't close above it, it's going to drag. This trade may still drag, go sideways for a very long time. So there is no momentum. If I check another, now this one now came up. So perhaps this is the one that, okay, it's not even good enough. Look at it. Look at the market, the signal candle, and then the one that deliver supposed to close above this. It didn't close above it. It's not a good signal yet. Have you seen now how the market is struggling? So we have an A plus setup. If I go to 1 minute, I'm a C, but that would turn to scalping. Look at it. We're in 1 minute. That would turn to what? Scalping. I was not going to take this. Now, this is not my signal. Even though it travel and give profit, because eventually for somebody who took this one now, and you look at it that this person will have done how many pips? To this point, that's 250 pips. That's what the person will have done. Now, this signal was better off. So if I'm scalping, I will take this. Can you see the signal now? Why will I take it? Because it gave me this. But that hasn't really give the momentum that's supposed to be given. So here, that means I was going to take the signal like this. At the close of this candle, my stop loss below the signal candle. And lovely enough, let me take off all of this. Let's take off this so that we can see it clearly. Now, why is this signal very fantastic, right? This signal is fantastic in the sense that where is it? Okay, this following candle close bullish. 1:2 risk reward. This is 1 minute time frame. Now, how much is my stop loss? 83.9 pips. So 1:2 risk reward is here. You have done 175 pips. Makes sense. Can you see now? So another thing is this. You have your support of your scanner. So look at it so that you will not, the picture will not be covered. Sorry about that. Okay. So you see that now? So this is so inside this play, you will have been doing buy and selling because you have an understanding and your scanner is giving you can see that the scanner is giving buy, sell, buy, sell. Inside this place since morning, you will have been scalping. If you are targeting 100 pips, 50 pips, all of this, you will have been doing that, right, with a valid one. This was a valid one. The journey may not be too far, but once you have done 50 pips to 100 pips, you collect your money and say, thank you very much. And how did he do that? Look at it. This is it. This is it. At the close of this here to this point, look at it. This is already 9. This is 100 pips. Gold has so much volume. Now, because of the scanner you are using, now this one says sell. I'm not going to take this. Number one, the wick is too long. Number two, this didn't give the confirmation. So that means if you see this one, don't take it. Now, this one again came. I was not going to take this. It's not useful for me, right? Even if you sell down and somebody who took it took profit, that's a bad profit. That's a bad trade because it cannot be repeated. It's an accidental discharge. This was valid. Can you see that? Now, so that means for that, if I'm still scalping, because the market has not really gave clearer direction, so that means I'm doing this from here and my stop loss below here, which is the support, and then 1:2 risk reward. Look at it. 1:2 risk was already here. Good. Then if I even extend up here to this point, that will have done 230 pips. But 1:2, 1:2, even to an extent, 1:1 because capping. Up till now, the momentum is still very, very weak. Guys, can you see now? That is how this cannot work for you so perfectly. You make money exactly on gold. You can scalp, continue to scalp, and all of that. Was I going to take this sell signal? No. Even if you now eventually sell down massively, that's not my A plus setup. It didn't give me confirmation, so there's no need jumping into it. So now let's look for an alternative to yesterday. This is how we look for alternative. And then I told some persons I've sold gold and it's dicey and all of that. We look for alternative yesterday, and that trade we took yesterday, it gave us the profit before we left, which was USD card. I'm sure the same USD card that gave us sell as a pullback, today it will have been a more sell. And at the same time, yesterday after the sell, I told us we're going to buy, and he bought. So let's quickly look at alternative instrument that we can now trade as gold is struggling. We sold gold in the midnight and it struggled, but it gave us our profit. Anyone who hold portion of it will have made crazy money this morning. So let's go back to the drawing board. So I'm not teaching again now. I'm just searching in search of money. All right, let's go quickly. Well, in search of money, Euro USD, anything for us? Ooh, we have missed. We came late. Okay, this is Euro USD. Wow, we came late. Wow, we came late. Okay, so 4 hours. What is you doing? 4 hours. Okay, let's go to 4 hours. Ooh, we came late, man. All right, so let's go. What is 1 hour saying? I say we came late. He said buy. No, this is a bearish market. I'm not going to buy. This is just a pullback. Okay, well, let's look at it. Oh, I take my chart, vertical lines. I just check. Because why I need to use the vertical lines that so that I'll be able to see what I am doing. So let me check in 5 minutes. Can we find a signal? No, this is not healthy, right? The market overall is bearish. So if I take a trade now, it's still going to be stopping out. This is just a pullback. I'm not interested. I will have taken this trade and that I'm not interested because this is just a mere pullback. Okay, so let's go back to any other instruments fast. So it's the same thing you are going to have on the GBP AUD, GBP USD. So look at GBP USD on daily time frame. Of course, it was bearish now. All right, so that means okay. Now, but can we travel far? Let's go to 4 hours. We could travel far. Was it today that I printed this? That was previous day. Far off. All right, the structure is chubby, but however, let's look at 1 hour. Now, 1 hour, no, this is deception. No. I cannot take it. Look at the support down here. Is at the resistance. So can I go to 15 minutes, perhaps because, or go to 30 minutes? I just want to see what. So you can now see that this signal is saying buy, but it's not going to be valid because it's against the trend, all right? And it's only giving you a pullback, and I don't want to trade this pullback because it's not going to deliver what I'm looking for. So we're looking for any instrument that's going to give us what we're looking for. That's what we're doing right now. All right, to save ourselves from the long journey, but we need to have the narrative, right? You can see the USD JPY because the USD is bullish, so you can see go to there was a pullback. Somebody who will sell here, I will not pay attention to this pullback. You say I've sold and let the market rock down. But the market is telling you, look at support here. If I take this, should be a short one. So how long will I short it? No, I'll have to wait for a pullback. So let's go. I just want to find Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin. Any good thing about you? Let's go to the daily time frame. Oh, Bitcoin. Accumulation, manipulation. Bitcoin is selling. It's still going to sell. Bitcoin is selling. Bitcoin is selling. Bitcoin is selling. Oh my God. Guys, you can see now why we recommend the scanner for you, because you will have self-generated signal for yourself. Oh, Bitcoin is selling. All right, so let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let me just go straight down to 15 minutes. Bitcoin is selling. All right, it's having a pullback right now. This is a pullback. This is a low internal. All right, this is just a pullback. See that? So I would rather wait for Bitcoin. So this is 15 minutes on Bitcoin. So that's why basic knowledge is very good, right? This is 15 minutes pullback, right? We have so many fair value gap left here. So let's see, will Bitcoin be able to come to this fair value gap? It was mitigated now. All right. So I'm just waiting for a clearer vision. So, but Bitcoin need to be selling, and it will still sell. That's what it means. Bitcoin will still sell. Bitcoin will still sell. But we have missed the early entry of Bitcoin. So there's nothing I can do. There is nothing I can do. Whew, that was a very nice one to do. Oh, as at what time was this? Okay, that was yesterday and all of that. So let's go. So maybe we'll have to go to that GBP JPY, right? We didn't find, right? Let's look at 1 hour GBP JPY. Chubby, unclear, and all of that. Don't run around unclear. This one is ahead. If you have been following me, I make recommendation on this guy that just buy and hold it since how many days? That was since last week. That because it's going to travel up about 1,700 and something pips or 1,471 pips. He's still doing that because look at on daily time frame buy signal. Now, if I even wait for this is bullish and close above this. There was just a pullback into the demand zone. And then since then, you see this guy, it continued to buy. Now, can we see a buy here? Maybe we are late, but let's see possible area of buy here now. Let's look at it. But be careful. The guy is very volatile, okay? So let's go. This guy is very volatile. So let's go to 4 hours. It's very volatile. Forget the market is still going to be buying. So let's go to 15 minutes. Why do I go to the 15 minutes? So that I can see the internal substructure. Okay. So we have to wait for a pullback on this market. Probably this opposing candle. So I will be buying. If we are not live, we are not on live session, you can take note of it for you to find a buy on this market. Okay. So let me go to 5 minutes. You can see I always emphasize of entering, checking my market in the morning. So you wait for a pullback either to this single candle or inside this box. So you'll be buying. So take note of it, anyone who is following. Unfortunately, the markets had done a lot of massive things before we wake up. Euro JPY. Okay. Are you a pullback or you are a buy? So let's see. Is a pullback or this accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. So certainly tomorrow this guy will continue to sell. That's what it means, right? So we'll go to 4 hours. Certainly this market will continue to sell tomorrow. Then this is just a mere pullback. So now if it's a mere pullback, this is 1 hour. To what extent will this one pull back to so that we'll find a sell? I want to see the pullback. So let me wait for either entirely here or the rejection at this resistance. At the rejection at this resistance on 15 minutes, on 5 minutes is going to print a sell. So take note, anybody you can, if you, because so that when you leave here, so mark this, take note that looking for a selling opportunity from where it is here now, this opposing can do. So we have rejection there. Scanner 2 will have given you sell, so you can sell. From which region now? That is from 184.152 to 184.262. Let me call it again. 184.152 to 184.256 or something, or 262. All right. So take note of it. That's Euro JPY. Euro JPY for a sell. Euro JPY for a sell. So this was this one yesterday. And I think it's still very stubborn because it's still moving massively, going move and all of that. So we took a short. Wow. That yesterday was, this is the play we say need to return back to. So guys, it's still continuing. So we missed this, right? This is a pullback and it will still buy. We missed it already because this is almost concluding. So we missed this already because this will have been like this as usual. And then we go to 5 minutes. We missed this, guys. Oh my goodness, painful. We miss this because after giving that, going to 5 minutes. So sometimes you want to reduce your stop loss to the barest minimum. You go to 3 minutes, not 1 minute, especially on currency because it doesn't have that grip. So that means that will have enabled you to enter here, then do this way, and stop loss at this point. And then, so stop loss will be like 7.5 pips, 1:2 risk reward, right? It's not gotten there yet. So, but now take notes in getting to this point. So that means this USD card too, you probably will still see continuous buy. Yes. So if this continuous buy, where will it buy from? Let's look at it. It's already approaching where to buy from. So look at it. So take note of from this price, take note from where it is now, all right, down to this point for the buy, except otherwise. So that means you are looking for, if a return happen at 1 point, so take note, write it down, 1.38263, 1.38263, 1.38263 to 1 point to 1 point, where is it? To 1.38333. So that's where you are expecting. So let's return back to the 5 minute. If the opportunity is already there, no, not yet. So your 5 minutes, you are going to receive a signal from the scanner. So that means this one has not finished delivering. So on your 5 minutes, so take note, everybody, from this point, 1.38262 to 1.38. Oh, what did I call it? 1.38262 to 1.38. Okay, 1.38. 1.38340. So like just this region. So you are waiting for a buy for USD card, all right? Wait for a buy on USD card in this point I marked. So if eventually return back here, it's going to give you a signal. I won't take it away from 5 minutes again. So that's one of the things you are going to find on USD card. That means if you have been trading only USD card since that yesterday, you will have made a lot of money. Okay, so I think that's so far what we can do. Unfortunately, as at the time we're coming, yeah. So this is 2 p.m. So let's quickly do something. At time where session, all right, as at the time where what do we call it? As at the time where it's now session. So you are now going to trade sessions. So let's look at sessions. look at sessions. So I'm going to go 15 minutes. I have a session scanner, right? But this is not for everyone though. Now, so we have the market today. This is Asia session. London, before London even opened, Asia session has dumped. That's what it is. So Asia session should be okay. Asia session extended to this. Should be 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. in the morning. So London session actually had manipulated. So our buy will end up succeeding, right? So let's wait for what New York will do now. If New York is going to sweep the low of London, then we'll be buying the market up. So you have to wait and watch what happen on this New York that just opened now. So if we, maybe this is a low or any low here. If it does not sweep any low here and break the high and retest, then you'll be buying. That means if you have not bought, you are looking for let it break and retest this. So you are looking to buy gold at 4465, 4465. Or if we sweep this low, that is displace this low and bounce up here, then we reject here and create, then that means we'll be looking to buy at 4425. So pay attention. 4425, that is if we displace this low and return back up here, we're looking to buy 4425 because it's going to displace, return back up here, and return if we create a fair value gap here. The scanner will give you signal to buy though. So, but I'm just giving us 4425, 4465. These are the two major places we can be looking out to buy. So let's look at the Euro USD back. If there's an option, okay, I think on Euro USD, what was I doing here? I think there's a reference point that I do here that is now giving this. I can't really remember what I did here. GBP USD. So let's quickly look at the instrument we said we should be buying. Is it buy or selling? Selling, okay. Selling or buy, I can't remember. This is Asia session. It was displays. New York. So within the range, GBP US, GBP JPY. I've forgotten what we say we're doing here. Is it okay? Waiting for a pullback. Okay, yeah. So waiting for a pullback for us to continue. Euro JPY. Euro JPY. USD card. Right, so USD card is preparing for the buy, like I said. I think we shouldn't go away from our gold. So that one is more important for us. Okay, I think it doesn't want to displace. This is USD card. No confirmation yet. Gold. Go to 3 minutes. And 1 minute. Sorry, what happened today is that the market was not too friendly, was chubby. So since yesterday, gold has been chubby, seriously, because that was a massive dump since, gold have been selling since last week. We have been taking profit down, bound. Monday on was extremely massive. So we have to exercise patience. Will I have entered this trade? The answer is no. This didn't close here, so I have to exercise patience. I have to exercise patience, okay? So USD card, we're still waiting on it. So those of us who have entered gold early, you don't panic. I've told you that two things can happen to you when you enter a trade. Is you must enter and you must exit. So your exit could either be negative or positive. Like if it's negative, you lost. And positive, you win. GBP. Okay, so say GBP AUD. So take note. We're expecting to touch down, slide this black stuff, and find a buy signal. So this one we said this is Euro JPY. Euro JPY. So what we said was we're expecting a rejection. Now, when you come to a place where you want to sell from or buy from, you don't just get some people send limit order. The market has been because of the crisis and economic uncertainty. You can't be too over certain to have limit order. You could be disappointed because imagine you set a limit order inside this place. If there are no proper rejection and confirmation for selling, it can reverse, right? So that's why we're waiting. So Euro JPY, we say wait for confirmation for you to sell Euro JPY. USD card, the same thing. The confirmation is not yet available. And me, if I have short this and I want to take profit here, the only thing I can do is to have pushed my stop loss down a little to hit the take profit. You still have a very big room of buying from here. Patience is very, very virtue. Patience is a virtue. We must, guys, the market is crazily choppy. So those of you on the committee, remember, this is what you saw that I posted to us, both this one and the one that has this thing. At a point today, I think it has done, it went to that 4465, 4464, before it went down again. So it's just struggling. And I told many persons, I said, you're afraid, take DCA, take partial position, and when the market is either it displays this and pull back, then you are adding more, or we cross above. So when you cross above this point, then you want to add more and all of that into your DCA. Oh God, God, God. Market is very funny. So where's Euro? Euro JPY. Okay. Now we have rejection. We're having rejection which align with, if you ever look up here. So let's have a close to confirm the move. So let this candle close, then you can now sell Euro JPY like we said, okay? I'll only go to 3 minutes for maybe early finding, stuff like that. So that you can sell Euro JPY. So you can see that in 3 minutes, he has provided. I told you this candle does not just come out in anyhow place. There is a factor. Has it not closed? Close now. Why are you wasting our time? So if you ask me now, if I take this signal, where should I take stop loss? So you are entering, think that's closed, just remaining little. So if you enter this trade here or close of this candle, I don't know where it's going to close to. So your stop loss can be over here. This is just 13 pips. So target 1:2 risk reward. So target 1:2 risk reward, right? So I'm sure it has closed. So you should enter a sell right now and put your stop loss above there. I may not go into detail about position sizing. You are the one that know how to do your risk management, but I don't play with risk management. So trade management, risk management, very, very important. And if you take a signal, I always say there's always amount you want to expose to the market when you open your trade. That very, very, very important. So Euro JPY. So then let's check the USD card. I hope we are not left behind. Okay, USD card now is about giving us the buy signal, like I've said. And you see now it has delivered the profit for anyone who was following. I think USD card is a very gentle, yeah, something like that, right? I think USD card is a very gentle pair, something like that. Let me believe that people are still hearing me. So if you can hear me, you can still hear me, please just put 333 on the chat box. Yeah, somebody say, is it being recorded? Yeah, of course. After now, you watch it on the YouTube there. The record is automatic. The record is automatic. So our goal is stressing us, struggling us, no problem, no problem. Let's be watching the game. That one is doing. Where is this one here? Um, all right, I think we're even targeting AUDJPY too. Now, sorry, we did all of this because we just want to find a signal, just like yesterday. If not, when you are trading, to be coordinated and well coordinated, don't trade too many instruments, please. If you really want to really be profitable and consistent and not overwork yourself, don't trade too many instruments. Where is the place we did that analysis of? Oh, is it now? It is. Okay. So you see now it has delivered this. So we are waiting for confirmation for the buy. Mm, waiting for confirmation for the buy. But I'm sure some of us who have entered here, waiting for confirmation for the buy. So let me check my own for this one. So if you are a beginner, not even a beginner kind of a thing, you want to be effective, you're trading. Trading too many instruments can ridicule you. That's why I like gold. For regular trading, gold, USDJPY, USDJPY, and USDJPY, GBP USD, and Euro USD. Those are the, you need to label yourself. Those are the major you want to pay attention on. Let's go to the, what is that? Card, USD card. USD card. It's not confirmed yet. Have you seen why I don't put limit order in my trading? I wait for confirmation. So the candle has not. This is 3 minute though. So The candle has not closed. So, but this guy had finished his own job. Then you wait for this candle to close bullish. We even came to 3 minutes. We was supposed to stop at least 5 minutes. But it's almost turning to a scalping for the U. So even the Euro JPY we enter for sell, we went to 3 minutes just for sniper entry though. Yeah, we went to 3 minutes just for sniper entry though. Okay. Yeah, so are you going to finish the job well? Euro JPY we sell. You see, after you sold, after the candle close, it intimidated you out. Can it stop you out? Absolutely. That's why you put stop loss. So that's why you put stop loss. Your stop loss is 13.5. Uh-huh. So your take profit will be how many pips? 28. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, I think. Yeah, 28 is your take profit. That means a bit more than the 1:2:1, maybe small point. So 28 is your take profit. So it now depends on what loss side you use. If you are a student, you should know how to um, plot your stop loss. We said our trading strategy is simple. No trade without trading plan. So now that we say sell Euro USD, or now that you have sold Euro USD, you are supposed to come here ordinarily. How much are you trading with? Let's say you are trading with $200. Maybe you are risking 5% of your money. So if it's 5%, that is $10. How much is the stop loss? 13.5. Let's round it up to 15 because of spread. Then calculate. So what you will use will be 0.066. Now, if you are risking 10% of that, your $200, so that will be $20. So you are going to use 0.133. So let's say summatively 0.12 or 0.15 or something, just like that. Okay? Then you come back and go to your MT5 and begin to, okay, so USD card. You see that this one was misbehaving. But another thing, let me tell you guys something. Though you have to come for the proper training. That's the thing many people who subscribe for Scanner and they are on our PBS club are missing. You see, the dynamic of the market is this. Remember when I came here, I say inside this region, and there are many factors in this region. Look at opposing candle. It is a rejection in that opposing candle. The signal set, this didn't give me what I'm looking for. If you go to 5 minutes, that means this signal will still be struggling. Let's go. Go to 5 minutes, that signal will still be struggling. Can you see that? In fact, in 5 minutes, it has not even printed it. Do you know why? It has not even printed that. Mean likelihood is still possible that this could actually land back inside this support. Now, so if you're a trader and you know what you're doing, right? If you enter the trade here, because by virtue of thing, there's nothing that have made you to enter the trade here. It's only showing it's good to buy and all of that, but it didn't give you confirmation. But in the case you enter here, now let's experiment something. If I'm entering the market here, I don't know where it could be, but let me just do something. Now we have a support down. Ideally, your stop loss supposed to come below this swing low here. That's going to be 12 point something pips. Now, because you are scalping, if you are not scalping, everything that has to do with liquidity available here, you have to do, because the market can raid this liquidity and bounce up. So, but there was no confirmation for you. So if there's no confirmation for you, so you have to be very careful. So you can see on 5 minutes, the signal has not even come out. On 3 minutes, it was not confirmed. How? It came out, but was it confirmed? No. Why? How? The three candle patterns. The other candle painted the signal. The preceding signal, the preceding candle didn't tell us the story we're looking for. It didn't tell us the story we're looking for. Can you see that? If this one tell us buy, this next candle interpret what the signal says. But instead, it gives different interpretation. That means there's no alignment. Can you see now that the guy has shown another thing? So this is what many of you do. And you say, I entered the signal, it took me out because you didn't wait. Have you seen now that that one that carried it has moved to this one? Meaning that, Oga, we are not done. Patience is a virtue, but patience in understanding is power. You must learn how to have that patience that will make you to be in charge. So, and I've said the highest thing any market can do is to what? To stop you out in profit or in loss. You can see this one is still struggling too. After a massive drop, it's now returning back again, struggling, and all of that. So, why? You have a lot of regions that I could meet up with. We'll see what this stop loss is showing. It means that you still have a fair value gap. It's full of this, but how long will it do? So if eventually we do all of that, drag in, it's still within this. If you print another signal, you are still covered. That's what we call a buffer. So uh, is our gold is dealing with us, right? Our gold is dealing with us, but just hold your position because, right? Our gold is dealing with us because, like I told us, there is no momentum. The momentum is very, very poor, very, very poor. So you can see people who have been scalping now. They have been making a lot. They've been making a lot of money on gold while we were waiting. And now, if you do not understand what you are doing, while waiting, you will have run out. Yes, because it's tormenting and tempting your patience and all of that. So you can see the USD card. No way. The signal didn't hold. USD card. The signal didn't hold because it has not finished its journey. That's why we say don't rush. Be patient in understanding. So let's watch what it's going to do. Is that the look at the USD card? You can see the USD card. What's going on? Okay, network is still bad. Let it pop it up. Assuming you buy, uh-huh. Why do you adjust like this? Okay, so let me just take this one out. So you can see, right? Let's go to 5 minutes. So please, this scanner does not just come out anyhow. It's a calculated attempt. It has a lot of measurements. It has a lot of evaluations before you just spit out things. It's not a random kind of a sick scanner. It's a regulated scanner. A regulated scanner. Now, good news for everybody. If you are following us on live trading and all of that, we have always announced to you, you have opportunity. There's opportunity you have. If you register with us, I think I will send the link on the comment section or on our group. If you don't have a Capital Extend account, I've always advised people, register, verify your account, fund your account. Make a minimum of $100. One, you can be added to our general premium group where not only me drop signal there, you have access to series of signals and you have access to good support. We have a very fantastic support system, right? People who are dedicated to their job and who are professional enough to guide us through and then help us. If anything about broker is the access to the vital information support system that will not cause problem for you. So you want to do one or two things, you quickly can have access to it and all of that. So if you have not registered on Capital Extend, register to start trading with as low as $100. Fund your account and let us have the screenshot so that we can add you to the premium group where you can have access to signal. And in the link we send to you, it has some guidance, informations that will help you, right? So that you will be making money. So even if you don't have the scanner, you don't have the PBS, or you don't have money to subscribe for it, then fund your account on Capital Extend, and so that you'll be able to follow, not just when we come on live session, but when some signals are dropped, you have access to it. Let me just copy the link, perhaps on the chat. You can copy it. Come in. All right, so I'm going to post it now. Excuse me. I think the network is a big bad. So, right now, but whoever must have invited you, you need to ask the person to give you his link. But if you join us on live on Facebook, join us on live on Facebook, on Telegram, or general this thing. So click on that link there, Capital Extend, register your account, verify it, fund it with as low as $100 so that you can have access to signal, okay, to trade. So you can see that the market is still very chubby. You can see I told you that as long as we don't go until we go above 65, 4465 and retest it, then we can travel back. Not that we have free zone movement, but we can travel back. But above all, we're still struggling, right? See, a lot of rejection, consistently rejecting and rejecting and rejecting and rejecting and rejecting and rejecting. So let's look at the USD card now, if it's ready. All right, I think it's getting ready gradually. Yes. So you see what I told you? That look at the support. So you can see navigate itself back to this support. Now that it has navigated, you are waiting to receive a direct from your PBS sniper call. So you can see if you were afraid of not waiting for your take profit to hit, imagine for somebody who entered, if you are using 5 minutes, because I go to 3 minutes so that I can find the sniper entry, because I don't know why we always take a counter trend on this USD card. So this is about, that will have been 8 pips. So 1:2 risk reward. That means, okay, 1:2 risk reward, even still delivered. In 3 minutes, it has delivered. In 5 minutes, have just been delivered. So if you're not careful, when the market was doing what it was doing here, you exit. No, wait and allow the market to run. Because you don't even know if it's going to break all of this region. Anything can happen, and it break all of those region. And instead of buying, it keeps selling, right? Instead of buying, it keeps selling. So that's one of the things. So let's look at Euro JPY. We sold, and it's doing Yanga and all of that. So it's struggling there. So those of us who are on gold, we're still holding, but like I've said, very poor volume. And that means tomorrow, wherever you, ooh, which one? This one? Okay, okay, okay. This is all right. So this is we're waiting for a buy on GBAUD. We're looking for a buy after the pullback. So let's see if he has come there so that you can take a buy. GBPAUD. GBPAUD. We're waiting for a pullback to buy. GBPAUD was that here? We say we're waiting for the pullback. Let's see. Here, I think is here. When we talk about this or pulsing, okay, so we need a confirmation. Right, like I've told us that GBPAUD has been a consistent up move since last week. So some that I was holding, there was no need closing them because I saw the sell that had been happening since last year, October and November, and it's still continuing. USD JPY or USD card. So AUD, Euro JPY, we sold. Which other one we say we're waiting for somewhere? I can't remember. uh, Sorry. So I know the trade that is running is Euro JPY that is already running. Am I correct? Please, just write yes or no. Euro USD is, yeah, Euro. Shit. Euro JPY is selling. We sold. We say we're waiting for. We say we're waiting for. What's going on here? The network is messing up. Okay, AUD JPY. We say we're waiting for it. All right, it has slammed back to this and have multiple ways, which are rejection for a continuity. Let me step down to 3 minutes. This is just like a sniper entry. However, for anyone who does not care, who have a bogus amount of money, and now because you could enter and then we return back to this support. So that's why we need to be careful. If you know you cannot hold some, you want to just avoid them. Very, very bad network. I think that's what is creating issues now. Okay, USD card, I think is okay, about to be confirmed, right? About to be confirmed. So you can see it came to the support. We go to 3 minutes. Let's see. This was confirmed, but do you know that this signal had the comma? Who can tell me what the comma of this signal here, even on this 3 minutes, based on our stuff? This candle, for the fact that it's bullish, it didn't close above, is the wick, and an up close candle is still invariably showing that there are selling pressure than buying support. So no confirmation. Trading is boring. That's lovely. Now I tell friends where you are, so just enter this market. Then you never still understood trading. Trading is boring because it's a trade that you work with set rules. Now you can imagine you are working with set rules. You can come to the market and check and analyze for the whole day and you will not find an entry. Oh yes, understand that. Look at it. See how it's still selling. So imagine you have jumped in. What will have happened? See now. See how it's still selling. 5 minutes never give a counter entry. No counter entry. None. 3 minutes that gave was not valid. Why do you even come to 3 minutes on this? Because you just want to find a sniper entry. Perhaps you have gotten to a support level. But the 3 minutes were not confirmed. The 5 minutes have not printed out, they said the buy signal. The 3 minutes that was printed, this is not valid. A lot enter into it. Say I saw this signal. Look at it. That's not valid. So gold is still stressing us. Gold is still stressing us. Okay, so let's look at 5 minutes. Gold is still stressing us. So you can see, right? A minute, is that okay? Oh, good. GBP AUD. Okay, so let's go to that lower time frame. Was it 5 minutes? I think it has come there and got a confirmation. Sorry, the net was a bit slower. I don't know why it's not loading properly. So not confirmed. So perhaps maybe coming back to mitigate the. So you're having yes down close candle good. You're having counter up close candle. So probably want to wait to come here, and then there's a fair value gap jointed together into the other block. Okay, so please, those of you who are subscribers on the PBS canal, kindly always go through your, short videos or even comprehensive videos are there in that document. Some people will chat with me. I was losing trust, saying no. Uh, if you are not taking personal responsibility, I'm sorry, because you are like a pilot. It's a set rule based kind of a thing. So now imagine this: if you jump into a buy just because the market was bullish, you will have jumped into trouble right now. And then it's selling. It has not stopped. What did I say? I said, even if you had given a confirmation, which we didn't have any confirmation, both 5 minutes and all of that. Then we got to a support yet, can break it, but we didn't have entry confirmation. So for some persons, when you trade, and what do we say about this scanner? When you sell or buy, condition to take profit. First condition, 1:2 risk reward. Second condition, opposing valid signal. That means all this while there hasn't been any opposing valid signal. So for that, you are even trailing this, you may still be trailing. Remember, I said these are a bunch of liquidities. So that means this market have capacity to return back to this point. Watch and see. To sweep all this rubbish, come back to this major point. Oh yes, I think there was a trade I took here. Okay, that was that yesterday. Yeah, something like that. And so if US dollar begin to get weakened and all of that, so what do you have? You're going to have it flat down. And so that means if I'm holding this trade, I can still be holding it and trailing to the extent that it could get to another point. So to see a bigger picture, you may now go to a higher time frame. That's one of the unique aspects of why you are trading and all of that. So GBP AUD, trade, come on, let's see. All right. So I hope we are actually learning, please. I hope you're actually learning. It's very, very important. Learning, like God will always say, hey, the biggest thing here is the skill set. The biggest thing here is the skill set. Ooh, this guy left us behind. Oh. It's already confirmed. Means the rejection continued. Let's go to 3 minutes. Let's see. Ooh. So, oh my word. I think my network was messing up. My network was messing up. Wow, 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 wow. Hmm. See gold again. See guys, see. It's just struggling. Gold is just struggling. See resistance. Dangerous resistance. Look at it. Buy, buy, sell, I was not going to buy this. Even though he give a buy signal, even though he travel, I was not going to buy it. Sell, yes. Go to 1 minute and sell. Buy, yes. Right? So you can see that gold is still ranging. Very bad and frustrating type of market. See, after this, after this much move, there was a sell unconfirmed. Or this one, see, another buy is getting printed. If this candle closes, that means for scalpers, they could scalp it again. So until you cross above 4465, uh, we are not out of the cycle. The cycle. We are not. So now, but you can't blame yourself. You have multiple weeks to have bought, but we didn't have a confirmatory entry. Both on 5 minutes, 3 minutes, there was none. So you don't blame yourself to it, because after all, on these 3 minutes, you have a fair value gap waiting down here. On 5 minutes, then we have similar thing there. So there's another block here. So it's better you didn't get an entry and it leave you go than you wrongly enter and then it's dragging you. Okay? So let me take this not to confuse us. The multiple weeks, they can be an induced liquidity. After taking it out, jump in, fair value gap, hit into the other block and buy up. So pay attention, please. So in case it happens, so you can get into the trade. Okay? So you can see that sometimes when you come looking for an entry, if it's just like ordinary scalping we're looking for, gold have printed money, so much money in our front. So that means you're looking at this market coming to tap into this fair value gap, even still inside here. So that means something like this, what you are looking for. And GBP has so much volume that within the shortest period. Now, if you give you the confirmatory entry to buy, here, your stop loss definitely can just be below the order block itself. And if that's going to happen, you can see about 17 pips. And it doesn't take time. The high here will form your entry. So don't get carried away when you want to sell or you want to buy. A very sudden green candle just start coming up. You say, hey, I will have. You can now see. I know you're not going to be smiling now. You're not going to say, you see this scanner. You see this scanner. It's a bad boy. See, upon all this, do you see the scanner to print a buy? On 3 minutes, it didn't bring. On 5 minutes, it didn't bring. Why? Because there's certain confirmation is still going for. And those confirmation is going for is, lot I've said, fair value gap, order block, those institutional reference point. So if at the end of the day now you took an entry, jump in and the market wired down here, you will not be complaining. You say, oh my gosh, these guys messed me up and all of that. So because there's something he's looking for. So those of us on gold, I'm not running away. I'm holding my gold. You can see now, gold is pushing gradually. Remember what we said, we need to go above 65. If we break this high, retest it. Now, no fear unnecessarily. I enter my position since morning. It's dragging, and I've explained to you why. Though I was not comfortable, the travel may not be beautiful. The limitation is that when the market did not get to where it's supposed to get to it effectively, it will drag you because it didn't get fueled. It's supposed to get fuel, enough fuel to travel. But if it didn't get enough fuel to travel, then it's going to have bad journey. That's exactly what is happening to gold now. So sometimes you can now see that the whole thing gets displaced and then still travel up. So when you are in, you can see that this is the other block. That means below here or below here is the buffer. So when it now come back, readjust and now give a neat entry, you are still taking, that's you are still DC into the market. That's how it works. Okay, that's how it works. And so then that means so when the market stopped you out in that process, you still know what to do. Okay, the scanner, see now, he has cut off this support, is now at this support. So it's printing a buy. We wait for it to be validated, right? So anyone who is holding trading from here like this wouldn't have exit. For the fact that this is printed, it wouldn't. When should he exit? When the signal printed become a valid signal, he cannot exit looking for a buy. That was what I did yesterday. We sold and we waited here. You can imagine since that yesterday, look at the buy to this point. That's very well structured, even on 5 minutes. Go to 15 minutes. So we bought here yesterday. We sold, I think another sell somewhere there, and then bought in, and it continued to rise. So that means since that yesterday, if you're in this trade of the buy since that yesterday, the trade continued to this point, that over 61 pips. Then guess what I say? Guess what I say now? On 15 minutes, it's like you'll see that it's bent at what? Sweeping all this liquidity. This is sideways liquidity. All right, a diagonal kind of liquidity. So if that's going to happen, where is the major support that will hold the strength? So that means the market is poised at hitting back down to this point. So you can see on 15-minute time frame, this is the only thing left to be broken. Once this is broken, then expect the next support is down here. So it's just because, and I always say, once you find a good entry on a lower time frame, you extend to higher time frame. Look at 30-minute time frame. Look at the support there. The other one, they are just because of lower time frame. And look at the signal, powerful, on 30 minutes. Let's go to 1 hour. Can you see that? Where now there's something we always say. What validates a very strong support or resistance? It's called the power of multiple time frames. The power of multiple time frames. How? So look at it. On 15 minutes, on 5 minutes, on 30 minutes, on 1 hour, this support was there. So it's constant across board. So that means it carries a very strong weight. So though when you go on lower time frame, you can find the entry maybe if it's going to bounce. That doesn't mean it cannot bounce. Now, if you now look at it by structure on 1 hour, I think we had this major as a low and as a high, and then this felt like an inducement, and then the market to travel to this point. So these are the things. So you can see that you that have found a sniper entry that time, and you have taken partial take profit, that is 1:2 risk reward, right? Which if you check it on 5 minutes. So you can see the market continue to go down, but you have found an early entry, a sniper entry for that matter. Can we dig this? It's a liquidity. Can be swept off. Now it has printed 5 minute signal. Is it confirmed yet? The answer is no. And as long as it's not confirmed, you won't enter. Even if the market now eventually travel back up, it's not your trade. Oh yes, it's not your trade. Okay, so guys, the GBPAUD, let's check. So we are holding gold. So just continue to see what is happening on it. Good, good, good. What is this one? Okay, noon. The noon of the New York, the new, the all right, so guys, I think I need to pause here. The network is not too friendly. It's just misbehaving. Okay, let's travel back to it. But you need a confirmation. You need a confirmation. For it's only 3 minutes. Very bad network. And then instead of you panicking to join the trade, just wait for it to come to your point, or you get another instrument, right? So there's a need to wait to align. For gold, we're equally waiting. Can you imagine New York came, couldn't decide because this is 1 hour after New York morning open, and New York noon is already open. So I have this. Did they close below? No, I did not. So you can see 3 minutes, the resistance is struggling. Market is struggling to break it. So once we break it, we retest it, then journey continue. Journey continue. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I think that's so far. So we can take today. Market's a bit choppy, and so you wouldn't want to force yourself on it. So, but as for gold, we're still holding, and then watching how it played out. Watching how it played out. So, if you need any information, maybe this is the first time you are joining us live, then you can chat with this phone number plus 234 90 470 44998 plus 234 90 470 plus 234 90 470 44998. The essence of chatting is just for you to know, or maybe you need access to the scanner. What does it take, how much, and how to get it? Well, whoever that must have invited you, you can ask him for link to register on the broker. We don't do, it's not Ponzi. We're not promoting Ponzi. We take trade and we encourage people to be involved by themselves. And that's the whole summary. The only thing we can encourage people to take advantage of is prop firm. I think I'm going to do detailed information on some of the prop firm, the one that you can pay later after you've passed the challenge, the one that you have to pay, as you subscribe and all of those things. So we're going to I'm going to do that and post it so that we can see detail about that. Okay, stock. We buy stock. Okay, unfortunately, it's long time we've not talked about our stock. We trade stock. We invest in stock, and it's not difficult, especially if you are in Nigeria. If you are in our ecosystem, you are in Nigeria, and you do not have stock. I think it should be an error. Oh yeah, because you don't do anything to get it. We review stocks, we review stocks, and then give you information to buy it. And you have your stock by yourself, so you don't give your money to anybody, right? So that's why it's not difficult. I was sharing yesterday about Stanbic IBTC. We bought, some who follow instruction early bought when it was 900 naira last year. No, 700, 800 last year. And this year it went to, okay, see, it's now 5,000 naira. Even yesterday when I was posting a reminder yesterday, it was at 4,006. So when we bought that last year, last year, if of Christmas was around 7,000 something, 650 to 650 naira to 720 naira. So look at where the scanner asked you to buy. Since that time, yes, there was a pullback and aggressively. So we have the all-time high before was this 1,700 naira. So even I was telling some person they could sell from there, but when we saw the way the momentum continued, we say no. Then to 7,000 naira as at February, beginning or second week or third week of February. 7,000 naira from 600, 700 naira. Some bought in January at 1,002, and then some, in fact, somebody came and he was saying he wants to buy. I said, wait, let it pull back. I said, no, that's not what we thought. Let this year, if you pull back, I will add. Say this is stock, it's not running anywhere. And he has to buy by first day at 1,650. You can see he rode to 7,000 naira. And I told people, it's better you take profit. We waited for a pullback. The first pullback, it got to this support that time. That was about 3,000 plus. So wait, we waited. I gave an alert again for everybody to buy. Some bought early. Because I told them it was going to pull back to maybe 2,000, and it came to 1,900, 1,700. So we start buying because the scanner gave. We start buying this at about 1,009, 2,000, 2,150. After that, it went straight to 2,005. It's from there since now. If we check from this, if you look at it, that first buy here to where it is now, that is over 160% has been done. And that was when was it bought? This March, on the 4th of March, was the new buy, and 160% done. The second buy was here. The second buy was here at the price of 2,350 naira. That was the price. Okay, and that was just few days after again. Okay, the first buy was on the second, so on the fourth, the second buy. Now, if you look at the second buy now, that's about 115%. So if the first buy go to that 7,000 naira again, that would be 194. The first buy, that would be 257%. No struggle. The only thing that first people wanted to buy first, there were no available volume on ground. So it was a drag. Maybe some did get back to me if they were able to buy eventually or they were unable to buy at all. You get it? So that's the simple thing about trading. You don't struggle it. You just pay attention, work on what is expected, and then you are good to go. So that's how our stocks work. In crypto, the same thing. There was some crypto I gave to some group of persons. They probably wouldn't pay attention because our crypto, we build portfolio on it. And then I was talking about ZEC the other time. I think it was 200 and something dollars. I bought and I heard and I told some people you can buy. So if you look at ZEC, I think after that day it pumped. Oh, I didn't even know. Amazing. Are you serious? Eh? I didn't know. So you can see that thing we bought at about 200 and no 216. I can't, yes, somewhere down here. Yes, that was last week now, or even on Monday. So we bought, okay, it was on Monday. Yeah, I remember Sunday and Monday. Good. Sunday, Monday. Yeah, Sunday, Monday, when during live session. So that's about 216, 200. I say, I'm buying more. Even River pump first and now done. So if you look at this is Bitcoin. No. So if you take the price from where we bought from, maybe some who didn't even buy on time, to see this is 13%. Even if you spot portfolio, you are good. Now, if you look at it now, it's like another buy has already happened. So this is 15-minute time frame. That means you probably will have been in, even if it's futures. All right. Though I'm not going detail now. So look at the signal. So the confirmation is this candle because this didn't confirm anything. So that means your entry will have been here. Even if you are trading futures, your stop loss below. All right, that will be 1.3% thereabout. If you use 10x, so 1:2 first before other things. So I've been so if it's 10x, now you are going to do about 27% eventually. Now, of course, it's going to break this resistance. So it's going to get here. If you use 10x, you can do 40%. So eventually, when the market is really responding accordingly, so that means you're going to see something this way, which is another block and a resistance altogether there. Yeah, the resistance altogether there. So if not, for return back up as if Bitcoin is going to bounce, then that's going to be a very lovely trade for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the simple thing about the market. You have the mindset, you have the skill set, and you have the tool set. So you take advantage of the market as easy as possible. So okay, Bitcoin I think is now reacting, and so that's why maybe now the guy too is reacting. So like if you look at Bitcoin now, so that means for over how many hours we're talking, Bitcoin was already giving a confirmation entry. This is 1 hour. So if you see on 1 hour, so if you look at 4 hours, did he printed anything? No. So that means you are looking at 1 hour. So you came to 1 hour. This is how we take the signal. You come to 1 hour, look at the that printed the signal. So let's go. So you are supposed to now travel to 5 minutes. So you go to 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes, was this a powerful one? I think there was. There was. Look at this. Okay, it didn't close above. So that was not good enough. So because you are careful, right? Nothing was good enough here. So maybe before this one was printed, if actually print this, there are chances that you are going to enter this long because this is Bitcoin. So look at it. I think it closes above this high. So that means that was your entry. Now, if it's your entry, now see something very unique. If that was your entry here, your stop loss is not just going to be below this week, it's going to be below this swing point. And then your take profit 1:2 risk reward. So that means you are getting close. Then you allow the market to run. So at this point, you don't stay on that 5 minutes. So if you have two positions you extend, then you return back to that 1 hour where you came from. Now, if you look at from the 1 hour you came from, that means the projected resistance up there. Now, there's something unique many don't look, but if you are a professional trader, there's something you are going to see on this 1 hour that could prompt your exit at a given point. And what's that thing called? It's called an imbalance, which is here, growing into this place. You go to 4 hours, you could find similar thing that way too. Yeah. So that means the two coinciding to have fair value gap there. So you are going to be very careful when the market approach there. But before that time, you have made the profit you are looking for. You're only trailing the remaining position. That's the lovely aspect of the whole thing. All right. So it's very, very important. Very, very important. So up to now, no confirmation entry for USD card. This is not a confirmation entry. Now, if we go to 5 minutes, okay, this was painted. So let's look at it on 5 minutes. Okay, that means you have 5 minute signal here. I think it's confirmed. It is, right? Oh, I'm sorry, I was not there. But that's a very, very volatile market. Look at this high here, rejection, massive. So, but let's look at it. If you were in here, if you were there, follow, you can see that you don't follow too many instruments at a time. That means your entry will have been here, then your stop loss will be below this support. And then your take profits 1:2 risk reward. So it's going align with this up there on 5 minutes. So that means you will have been in. So let's see how this candle close if you now take a pullback of that movement. Let's look at a 3 minute quickly. So 3 minutes, which one that carries the signal? I think it's this. So 3 minutes was not a good entry because this is not a confirmation, right? So it wants much still very, very delicate. So that means on 5 minutes that you saw that entry. Okay. So see, we saw that entry here on 5 minutes. So let's look at it here. Okay. USD card. So USD card, let's see what's the strength of USD right now. So you can enter USD card. You can enter USD card and still put your stop loss in that place. Okay, USD card, right? You can enter USD card and still put your stop loss in that place. Where is that place? Let's look at it quickly. USD card. So if you enter USD card now, so this candle close with weak, because that means that one we entered here. So when this candle close with weak, you enter USD card, irrespective of where you enter from above this support level, you will still put your stop loss here. So, but wait for the close of this candle. But it's a bad one reason that the markets have a long wick above, which means the drag between the buyer and the seller. So the sellers are more pressured into it. So the candle close, so close bearish, so we have to wait. Why? It closed below this. It closed below this. So let's wait. All right. Now, so sometime when you enter trade, so imagine somebody who entered the trade here, stop loss here, and if eventually gets more buy opportunity here, that will be a discount or an entry. Okay, so you wait for it when it gives you. What do you mean by confirmation? Another candle print, create a kind of week, long week, and then we have a bullish candle close on that week. Then you buy and put your stop loss. I mean, your stop loss should be 1.38153. What's your entry point at the close of? So if this candle close a long week down and bullish, sometime when the next candle close, you enter. But because you already entered, this was the signal you are working on. So this was a pullback. So you pull back and rejection. Close this candle, close bullish. You enter, okay? Uh, So once there's no volume in the market will get frustrated. It will frustrate people. Let's look at the Euro JPY. You see the Euro JPY, right? Funny. It's just struggling, right? Euro JPY. I think it's this place we enter it from. Okay, no, it was from here. Euro JPY. So Euro JPY. Okay, you can see the way it drag up, right? See the way it drag up. And so now, do I need to panic? No, you just allow it to run. Worst, stop you out, give you stop loss. Exit is either positive or negative. All right. So that's one thing that should guide your philosophy. It's either the exit will be positive or the exit will be negative. So trying to protect to say, I need to be positive at all time. It's not part of it. Okay. So the candle is about to close. So let's take off this. That was a buy. We took that time. So consider this 5 minutes. We said this is the signal. You can see that it has swept this liquidity. And so this close above. So that was the signal. So once this one closed, just enter a position and put the stop loss, like I said. If you want to give it a buffer, you can put it below all of this low here. Liquidity are very, very, very slow in the market. It's not market is not create any much volatility. Today is Thursday. Is there any news about this month ending? Today is 20. Although any month ending is usually like that, you don't have much liquidity in the market. Today is 26. Aha, unemployment claim. So what was the outcome? Okay, so unemployment claim. No wonder. So the outcome was positive for dollar. So anything against dollar were suffering it. Okay. So how come this pullback actually happened much? And it was around 130. So it's about to close. You take his position and then put your stop loss, as I say, probably below this. So which means, let's look at it. Your stop loss here. That's about 14 pips. So 1:2 risk reward. Okay, that's USD card. We are still struggling on gold. Those of us in, you see how very weak, very weak. But it's we that will overcome it. Very weak. So this high need to be taken out. And then so don't panic even too. If it's taken out, then you probably will expect a pullback. So do we have any fair value gap or whatever? So or perhaps that point. I'm sorry because if you are trading gold regularly, those waiting you are waiting, you won't wait. You will make more money because you will have been buy, sell on 1 minute and on 3 minutes. Many of you saw that. Then how much money you will have made. But I don't have that time. Not every time I have time to sit with computer to scalp. So that's why the position I took, I just allow it to be. Then so we'll check what play out. I want to believe those of us on the PBS club saw the signal on the trade idea and took it. And I gave a reason why that signal was taken. So it's a very simple thing. Very, very simple thing. All right, we have done Noble. So everybody for the general. So our meeting will be next week again, Monday till Thursday. Or those of us on the inner court, I think we're live yesterday, and we did more detailed training, and then took a trade. We shot gold. We make money on that gold. That was a beautiful, and I love the way I love the way the signal was that midnight in the morning. The continuation of the sell signal on gold was what we traded, and it tested people's intelligence. Oh, I so much love it. So the few people who took the signal, I'm sure they removed their hat and put in their hands because the guy was dragging. At a point, I told everybody, just like the way we did the USD card yesterday. At a point, I told everybody, I said, if you are not comfortable, you can, once it just give you some profit, just close it. But for me, I have entered. It's either I close negative or I close positive. That was my watchword, and that was what I did. And that was the signal, yesterday's signal. But in that midnight, we're somewhere, I think somewhere here. So it delivered more than 300 P plus because the account I took into that market gave me about $300 and I closed. That is not this long move, oh, not this long move, about $300. So imagine to that long move. And that long move from that point was average of 1,000 something pips. So if I use zero point 0.1, so imagine waiting, leaving it that I'll make 1,007 plus. That's what it was. So, but that is what it is anyway. Because gold too is a thing that you are careful not to sleep over with, especially when it's not very choppy. See the struggle I've been struggling since morning now. We have been struggling just because we look at this structure: high, low, high, area of focus, fair value gap, order block. So ordinarily, if the market has liquidity enough, it will have pumped over. Now you can see another challenge we have here. Why we are struggling this? Do you see another thing? There's another fair value gap here. But not all fair value gap are actually powerful. So because you will not say, this is every fair, not every fair value gap. A fair value gap not aligned with another block, a fair value gap that does not have a corresponding swing point to it may not be too as strong as uh, as those ones that have some of those confluences. So because I see a lot of people, every fair value gap, they treat it as what the market is going to respond to. No, the market don't just back at everything. So it is more sequentials and then work with progressive move. Okay, I think the GBP AUD must have bought if you were following. Let's go to 5 minutes. Funny enough, funny enough, he reacted in bouncing. Funny enough, our scanner didn't even give a buy signal. Let's look at it on 3 minutes. Okay, on 3 minutes it gave. On 3 minutes it gave. Ah, man, but this is too bogus. On 3 minutes it gave. That is close of this candle. So, but you are already in one or two positions, so let's not overload ourselves. Especially those of us on gold, don't need to take any other position. Those of us on Euro JPY, if we get stopped out, just forget about it because it's a bit dicey, right? Mhm. Euro USD. All right, guys. So have a nice time and bye bye.